Welcome, ladies and gents, to TGL. I'm your host, Nikki. Mr. Strategio is back on the monster. They had an agreement, and they decided to run the Hype Hunters again in this third round. They are 2-0 in the series versus Mr. Strategio. He dropped the last round on Wraith Trap. Let's see how he can do here on MedLab. Chromo is playing Griffin, so he's got no Daisy to go off of at the start. I think Mr. Strategio is going to pass up these Mammoth Birds in favor of gaining a little more distance. What I see Parnell's generally do on this map is rush over to this east side with his Super Soldier. Ooh, the Mammoth Bird, though. I don't think it cut his health. I think it just cut his little armor. Mr. Strategio is going to be quiet here for just a moment. See if he can juke the Hunters. Once you're caught on MedLab, you're caught. Sound Spike's going down. They want to cut this middle part of the map with Sound Spikes, so whenever he traverses from the left to right, they will know. Now looks like Mr. Strategio is finally going to start feeding up. The advantage to stealthing is the Hunters won't exactly know where you are off spawn. The disadvantage, obviously, is that you are going to feed a lot slower. Polis, the Parnell player, did decide to come over to this east side. Val is following him. Griffin and Hank are checking the other two pockets here on the west. Pretty much on the start of this map, you can put the Trapper in a neutral position here in the middle, have people check these two pockets, and then this pocket here on the right. Parnell is nearby. I'm sure Mr. Strategio knows it. He is Super Soldiering to gain a little bit more speed. Val staying close behind him so they can heal off that damage Parnell takes from a Super Soldier. And it looks like they've concluded that he's not over here. And Polis is leaving this side of the map, and so is Unicorn Utters. Mr. Strategio might be free to start feeding up on this part of the map. Ping's going out over near Hank. Oh, they're going for the Sloth, it looks like. This whole east side of the map is now clear of Hunters. If Mr. Strategio sniffs and doesn't see any within the 16-meter sniff, he could get away. He could get the stage, but once they hear the stage, I'm sure they'll all focus their efforts over here on the east side of the map. They know they aren't seeing him over here on the west, though. He's got to start feeding up a little bit. His armor is generating.
I read it.
Oh, and Polis has caught him. He was being a little too stealthy right there. He might have just wanted to go loud and start feeding, but it's not Mr. Strategio's fault. It is just so difficult to stealth on this map. No matter what you do, stealth, go loud, and try to outrun them. It is so hard on this map because it's so tiny. You have this pocket right here. Great line of sight once you're on about this part. If the Kraken's anywhere around here, you can probably catch him. This pocket, you put the Trapper right here. Send the Assault into Scout, you'll probably catch him. This pocket right here, you put the Trapper right here, send him into Scout, could probably catch him. And when in doubt, keep an Abe in the middle and send everyone out to try to find him. It is super easy to catch a monster on this map. And even harder to lose him. The monster is going to have a very hard time losing this Hunter squad. So it is just, this is a very, very difficult map for the monsters. We're seeing it played a lot in competitive play, but I'm always seeing monsters struggle on this particular map on MedLab. And it looks like they are starting to apply pressure. Unicorn Utters opted for Val on this map. Val is a great pick with her 16-second heal bursts, faster than a lot of medics, and more potent on herself than all the other medics. That med gun also keeping people alive. They're mostly focused on the Trank gun. That's why you pick Val. To slow the monster down and harass them even more. Like I was saying, MedLab is a very, very simple map to catch monsters. And when you put Tranks in the mix and Poons, they got the DB special here. Griffin and Val, Trank Poon. Trank Poon Dome. When you put all three of those things together, it is very, very hard to get away. Domes, Tranks, and Poons. And of course, we got Hank in here for the extra durability on the team. Parnell for the stage. Like I said, it is very, very difficult to catch, or excuse me, for the monsters to stealth, and very easy for the Hunters to catch a monster out of a stage. So Parnell's on this map, I'm seeing Super Soldier run right up to the monster and start shooting him in the face as they're evolving. Super Soldier does great if they can get constant damage on the monster holding still. Generally, Krakens do not hold still, but out of an evolve like every other monster, they do have to be steady. Basically a sitting duck. At the cost of becoming stronger. Unfortunately, Mr. TGO probably won't be getting any down penalties here at stage 1. Polis does have that personal shield. He is taking some permanent health damage now. Evolve Hype proving, as always, to be one of the most solid, practiced, and well-studied Hunter squad ever. Proving why they're one of the best right here. Really giving Mr. TGO a hard time. And Mr. TGO is a great monster player. When the Behemoth came out and I was playing the pre-release copy, he had more hours logged in the Behemoth than I had on every monster in the entire game. He had more hours than just the Behemoth. He's played a lot of this game, so he knows what he's doing. And even Evolve Hype can give him some problems. The ping's going out, they know exactly where he's going. He just can't escape. I think the dome is going to go up right now. Unfortunately, no dome dodge right there. He might have gotten out if he had one more traversal and didn't bump into a building. But this could be it right here, with the amount that the team is rassing. He's really focusing down Polis, though. Polis is super low health. The Beam team is helping Polis out. They got the Beam team and the DB special. Val Griff and Val Hank keeping everyone alive and keeping the monster under some serious pressure. Mr. TGO, he's got about 5% of his health left. He's got to stall out this dome. But unfortunately, the dome's got plenty of time left on it. They're going to finish chipping away at him. And that is 3-0. Evolve Hype taking home a clean sweep against the TRS devs. 2 against their monster. 1 against their hunters. Very, very clean match right there. Even though they had a very hard time detecting Mr. TGO here at the beginning of the game. Once they did find him, like I said, constant pressure, just chipping away at him until they managed to finish him off. Couldn't even hit stage 2 just because of that pressure. The round length, 6 minutes and 28 seconds. Just absolutely too much pressure for Mr. TGO to handle, and unfortunately, he could not take that game home to put TRS back in the match. So that is it. Taking home the point for this TGL series. Evolve Hype. Congratulations to them, and GG's to all the teams. Well played, guys. Well played, everyone.